everyone, welcome back to an episode of Crate with Linda. Today is Friday, guys, and I'm coming on because I'm going to be making dinner. Now, this whole dinner is, I'm making for tonight's dinner, so this is what's for dinner, and it's also other stuff, because what I'm doing is, today's Friday, I'm going away on Thursday for 9 days, so I'm going to prepare the household for some food and stuff like that they will have, that they can eat and go to for dinners and whatever. So what I'm making is I'm making a big pot of Italian gravy. So today is Italian Funday Friday. That's what it is. I'm making sausage. I'm making meatballs. This way Billy can take meatballs out and make a sandwich, or just have meatballs. And I'm going to make lasagna. And I'm also going to make manigot. I make my own manigot shells, and I make manigot, and I'm craving that. So I don't know if tonight we're going to have manigot because I have to make the shells yet, and I didn't do that yet. So tonight we just might have pasta with the gravy, and then maybe tomorrow or Sunday we'll have the manigot shells, because I haven't made them yet, like I said, and I don't think it's late already. It's 3:15. I got to make the gravy, and so it's not going to be feasible, I don't think. So yeah, so I'll be back in a second. I'm going to show you how I'm going to start. All right, guys, so I cut up the garlic already. I'm going to cut up the onion. I cut up a lot of garlic because I'm needing a lot of garlic, because I'm also doing garlic in the ragout and all that stuff, or whatever. In the gravy, I want a lot. What the heck? I want a lot of garlic today, because it's going to be a lot of gravy. I'm making 7 cans of sauce, guys. And I might, Frank, 1 second. All right, people, so I'm cutting the onion up. All right, so there's something that I would like to address that I got a comment this morning, okay? This morning, last night, I don't know, I saw it this morning. Now, I don't really like to talk about the negative stuff, but there are some things that I feel like I have to address. I didn't address the comment itself on the comment because I really don't feel it's necessary. I just feel like I'm just going to comment on here about it and then move on. I'm not going to say the lady's name. She's a loyal subscriber. She watches me. She says, she tells me how she feels, and that's fine. That's all good and well. I don't care. Like, if you want to tell me how you feel, that's absolutely fine. I'm not saying that I can't take constructive criticism, but what she said has nothing to do with anything on my video. It has to do with the way I run my life. And she has no right to say stuff like that. She has the right, wait, let me explain. She has the right to it's freedom of speech. She could say whatever she wants. Obviously, she has her own feelings, her own views on things and all of that. And that's all fine and well, and I don't mind that. Like I said, but when she comes into my home almost and tells me how to run it, or questioning what I'm doing, I just don't feel that's necessary. And and like I said, the first thing I'm going to say before I say anything is, if you don't like something that I do, something that I practice, or let's say you didn't like my religion, you didn't like the way I was for Christ, or you didn't like the way who I wanted for president, or which I don't even talk about any of that stuff anyway, but I'm just saying that's one thing. But to say that she doesn't understand why I'm doing something that she doesn't think is right is like saying, is criticizing the way I do things. And that's fine. Like I said, if you don't want to do it that way, you don't do it that way. I'm stopping for a minute because I woke up this morning with this on my neck. Now, I have no idea what it is. Not to change the subject, but look, it looks almost like a bite. Like a spider bite or an ant bite or something. I don't know what would be biting me during the night because we don't have bugs in my house. We don't. No bugs whatsoever. So, I don't know what it is, but all I know is that I woke up itching and scratching and it's all red and it's bothering me. And it's a little bit like protruded. It almost looks like a hive, but yet it's not a hive. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Anyway, so I just wanted to show you guys that because you could see it a little bit. It is a little protruded. You know, it's not a lump or anything. It's just like I could see it. It is a little lump, but it's like more like a bite, like a mosquito bite or something. I don't know. Maybe it was a mosquito. I don't freaking know. Anyway, let's move. Let's go back because I got to get moving on this. Let me put the pot on while I'm speaking to you guys about this. So this is what she said, okay? And I'm not going to say her name. And you guys, you know, I didn't block her or anything. Like I said, she's always watching me and she's always commenting, good or bad or whatever. Like I said, which is fine. But she said, now the thing is that I do speak a lot about on my channel about I'm heating the oil up while I'm waiting. I'm going to put the onions and the garlic. Well, I'm going to put the onions in. Then I'm going to put the sausage in. I'll show you guys, okay? I got this sausage. I'm going to put the onions in. Then I'm going to put the sausage in and cook and brown the sausage. I'm going to be making meatballs as well. Now, I have this that I bought the other day at ShopRite because it was outrageously priced. It was $5.99 a pound, okay? So I only bought a pound and a quarter, okay? I went to Stop and Shop today on the way home. See, it's itching me, guys. I don't know what it is. I went to Stop and Shop on the way home to grab parsley because I forgot parsley yesterday. And I said, let me get another thing of chopped meat because I'm going to be making a big thing of meatballs because it's going to last throughout this weekend and then the rest of next week. Okay, I'm freezing it or whatever I'm going to do with it. So I went into Stop and Shop and they had it on sale. They had chopped meat on sale for $3.49 a pound. Frank, look what I got on my neck. I woke up with this morning. Do you think it's like a spider bite or something?
Probably would have checked. Especially since you're going away.
Well, I mean, what could it be?
I don't know.
My son, the minute you say something's wrong, he runs to the doctor. He goes to the doctor. Anyway, it was $3.49 a pound. So I got it for $10.50. I got over 5.5. I got 5.5 pounds for $10.50, guys. See? Look at the sale on that. So I got a whole thing. I got a big one. I think I was going to get a small one for $8 when I could get a big Jimbotti thing for $10. So yeah. So I'm going to use some of that meat and I'm going to use some of that. I'm going to use that whole thing because I bought that first, and then I'll use half, like a little bit more than half of this because, like I said, I want to make a nice amount of meatballs. And I have that saver now. I have that the plastic bag saver, so I could freeze everything now, or I could suction it and put it in the refrigerator. Everything lasts longer, so it's really, really good. Anyway, all right. The onions have to go in now because the thing is starting to smoke because I'm chatting. I'll get back to what I was talking about. Don't worry, guys. Sorry. I'm not going to put the garlic in yet because it's too soon. A little bit's going to get in, but... And in my opinion, you got to start out a gravy with onions and garlic. That's what makes the gravy tasteful. You know, makes the gravy good. All right, so let's take this off of here. I'm going to let this cook just a minute or two, and then I'll throw the sausage in. Now, on it. Now, what she said to me was, what I was saying was, my channel is based on a lot of things. Based on feeding my family, budgeting, mental health issues, all kinds of stuff, you know. It's very, very wide open, okay? The thing is that, so at times I do budgeting videos where I'm doing $5 dinners, $10 dinners or whatever, and all that. trying to get this onion that's here, and it's frustrating. And so I do talk about budgeting a lot, saving money, and all of that. And I also talk about if I can afford to have lobster one day or 1 week, or if I can afford to have shrimp or something that's a steak, something that's on a higher end that might not be affordable on a week that maybe I don't have the budget. It doesn't mean I can never have lobster, or it doesn't mean I can never have steak. You know what I mean? Or if I can afford it that week, I budget with what I have. If I only have a certain amount of money for food, and and I need to budget better, I'm not going to have steak that week, or I'm not going to have, shrimp that week, or whatever it is that's on the higher end if I choose to. The thing is that if I have an extra $20 in my pocketbook, and I choose to spend it on asparagus, this is what happened. She said to me, she doesn't understand, and she's trying to understand why if I talk about budgeting and talk about saving money and all this stuff, how can I buy asparagus when it's out of season and it's expensive? Number one, the asparagus to me wasn't really a high price. It was a regular price that I get in this spring and summer. Number one, yes, you can get it cheaper on sale at that time. I'm putting the sausage in, guys. And number two, if I want to feed my family asparagus because we want it, that's my business. If I want to spend the extra money, if I want to take it out of my other expense account money for whatever I want, that's my choice and my decision. If I want to feed my family asparagus, if I want to feed my family a filet mignon, that's my business, and I know what I can do, and I do what I do for my family. So I'm not going to sit here and justify it. I'm not justifying anything to her because I don't have to. Okay, and a lot of my YouTuber friends get mad at me and get upset with me if I justify stuff to people because they feel it's not I don't have to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. Yes, I shouldn't have to do that, and I'm not justifying it. I'm just telling her specifically that if I choose to have asparagus, now you don't know what I did. I actually did budget the asparagus because instead of taking 2 full things, I took some out of one of them and got like a pound and a half instead of getting 2 full things to save a little bit of money. So you don't know what I'm doing to budget for my family. So please just keep your comments to yourself. If you feel, and if you can't understand, and if you don't want to watch me anymore, because she said she wants to continue watching me, but in some way she doesn't think that she can because I spent money on asparagus. I really hate to laugh, but that's really jokeable. It really is jokeable. That would be a reason. If you enjoy what I do and you get offended because I'm buying asparagus that's $3 more than it is in the summer, you have issues. I'm very sorry. I love all of my subscribers. I am not a judgmental person and all that, but please just stay out of my business as far as that goes. And please, 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 just sit down and take some time. Go to God. I don't know who you go to or whatever. Go in peace to yourself and think, was that really necessary? And was that a real judgment that really needed to be judged? No, it isn't. It isn't. Please comment down below whatever you feel about it, how you feel about it. I really would appreciate it. And I'm not going to say anything else about it. Thank you so much for watching, for your loyalty, everybody, including you. I won't say your name. People can go on and look and see. And that's that. All right, guys, so let's get going. And that asparagus was yummo. Yummo. I still have some left in there. I'm going to go get it and eat it. So delicious and so good for you. get that asparagus, guys. Live your life, enjoy your life when you can, what you can, and that's it. That's it, guys. Okay. All right. So I'm browning the sausage. Okay, on a medium to high heat because I want the sausage to get nice and brown. The onions are not burning, and that's why I didn't put the garlic in yet, guys, because the garlic will burn on that flame that I have it on. So let's get let that get brown, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start blending up the tomatoes because I'm putting some whole plum tomatoes and then some crushed and tomato sauce. So what I do is I blend the whole the plum tomatoes up. Do you believe I went to Stop and Shop? It's another store here on the East Coast. I don't know if you have Stop and Shop by you. And they had no fresh parsley. All they had was this. And there was only like 3 left because they have no parsley. They had no parsley. They had no herbs, like fresh herbs. The only thing they had, I think, was dill. And there was a little bit there. It was ridiculous. So anyway, I needed fresh parsley. I went to Stop and Shop thinking they would have it. So I was able to get 2 of these, which is really crappy. But anyway, yeah, I'm grateful that I was able to get that. I got that, and then I didn't see any basil, so I just got some of the basil paste because I ran out of this. I think I have a little bit in there. I ran out of it, and this is really good to have during the winters and stuff, if, whatever. So, because this flavor is very, very flavorsome. So I got that. But yeah, I was like, are you kidding me? I came here for parsley, literally, because it was on my way home, the store, and they didn't have it. I was like, oh my God. But they had other stuff that I wanted and needed, so. All right, so this is looking good. A little bit more, and then we're going to start doing the sauce this way. Once I put the garlic in, guys, I'm going to, I can put the sauce right in. So let's do that, all right? So I don't want you guys to hear all this mess that I have on here. So I'm just going to, blend this. Now I'm putting the juice in. If I wouldn't put all the juice in. I would put it in the pot, but the pot's not ready, so. And this is what I do to speed up and make it where I don't have to chop all the parsley up. I just take it right and put it right in the blender because it's going to blend it all up. This right here, and I do some of the stems, I don't know, a little bit. Try not to get a lot of stems in there. But this is cleaned and washed already, so I don't have to do that. But, you don't get as much in here as you do with a big, head of parsley. So I like to put a lot in here. I'm going to save some for the ragout mixture that I have for the lasagna and the managut. But I have a whole nother thing there. I think I do have some in the refrigerator that might still be good. I have to go look. I wasn't sure. So yeah, so I like to do this because it just really does flavor. And like I said, a lot of times I've said this, if they didn't have it and I didn't go to another store, I would have just used my dried and it would have been sufficient. But I do prefer the fresh stuff if I had it. All right, so that's good. Let's blend this up and then we'll put the garlic in and then we can put the sauce in. All right, so that's about the amount that I'm going to put in for now. I put in more later, but that's later. I always forget how this goes. Like this. All right. Let's get around it. All right, guys, it's time. Time to put. All right, it's time to put the garlic in. Let me bring it over here. I want you guys to be able to see the pan itself because the onions are getting a little caramelized. I don't want them to burn, okay? So there we go. Let's put the garlic in and then literally within 10 seconds, maybe 25 seconds, I will put I will put the sauce in. I don't want it burning. I'm going to put a drop more olive oil in here. I don't want to put too much olive oil because I don't want it to be overly oily, because then I have to take oil off the top, which I hate doing. But sometimes you got to do it. You know what I mean? You have to siphon some of the oil out once the gravy is started. Now this is called Italian gravy because it has meat in it. It has sausage. It's going to have meatballs. I actually wanted to put some pork in this, but I don't think I have any frozen pork up here. And we'll just do the sausage and it just flavors it really well. The sausage is what does it, really. The sausage really, really flavors. It's the pork, you know. All right, so that's going good now. Okay, so that's ready. We're going to put the sauce in. All right. I just want to make sure that the garlic does get a little caramelized, because it brings out the garlic flavor much more when you caramelize it than just put the garlic in when it's cooking already. You know what I mean? You get that like little char on it. Ooh! And all that stuff on the bottom, guys, that's all flavor. That's what that is. Flavor. Flavor. All right. Let's get this in. And this right here is about 1.5 cans. I'm going to lower the flame just a little bit because I don't want it popping. All right, and I'm going to chop up the rest of blend the rest of the tomatoes that you guys don't have to see because it's just going to be too loud. I'll be right back, guys. All right, people, 2 more cans. Well, about 1.5 cans, two cans. Now, what I'm going to do is lately, I don't know why, when I'm making my gravy, I like a little bit of the tomatoes in them, like American tomatoes that I make with the chunky tomatoes. I like a little bit of the little pieces of tomatoes going on. So I'm going to keep like 3 or 4 tomatoes out and just crush them a drop and then put them in there. So this way I have, you know, they'll break down too and everything, because we don't like big chunks, but you know what I mean? Using the cans. I'm going to rinse these cans out, guys. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to take the top off again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this sauce here. See what I'm talking about? I put the sauce right in. Seriously, Linda? Alright, this I'm going to blend back up. So what I have, guys, is I have 4 cans of the plum tomatoes, okay? And then I have 2 cans, I'll show you. So I'm crushing up very slightly these like 4 or 5 tomatoes that I want to just have a little bit chunky. So I'm doing that. Okay. I don't want them to blend up a lot, like I said. That's it, right there. And these are gonna be chunkier, chunky. Ah, they won't come out because now it's chunky. That's all right. I don't need this anymore anyway. All right. These are a little bit bigger than I want, so I'm taking my clean hands and just breaking them up. And they'll break up as they cook, like I said. Okay, so there's some chunks in there. Now what I'm gonna do is to utilize everything, guys, I'm gonna take some water and put it into the blender because this is a big, this needs a lot of water. Okay, it's gonna have water as it cooks. Okay, so here's a can of crushed tomatoes. I normally just put the plum tomatoes, but I don't know. I just felt I got them on sale, and I figured, let me just. Whoops, that's gonna be it for now. So the water. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all these cans. I'll show you, because I can't fit any more water in that pot. Okay, so I'm gonna show you something. Let's move these over here. Sorry, guys, if it's a little bit pokey. Now, to utilize all this juice in here, it's not a lot of juice, but look, that's a lot of gravy, and that's a lot of sauce left in there. So because I can't put it in the pot yet, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one can, and I'm going to water it, put the water in it from it, and then take the other can and just pour it into this one. You see what I'm doing? And then that's garbage. So we can utilize all that sauce that's in there. I grew up doing this, my mom, my nanny, everybody does this. And then I save one can, and it'll be this one can that I save to keep my spoon in. My mom used to do that all the time. That's where I get it from. I'm very proud of everything my mother taught me. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and put these things in the garbage in the recycling now, and then I will be back. 1 second. All right, guys, welcome back to Italian Funday, Friday Funday, Friday Funday. That's what it is today. This is the what's for dinner. All right, so the pot is filled up to the top. Can't put another piece of liquid in here, so I'm going to have to wait for it to start evaporating, and it'll come to like a little simmer, like a boil, but not a crazy boil. And then I can start adding the rest of that sauce in. And eventually you're going to end up adding a whole probably can of sauce, even regardless of because this is going to cook, like I'm going to cook this we won't eat till about 6:30. I'll cook it till then, and then I will cook it longer than that, because the longer you cook the sauce, the better, especially with the sausage in it. It just becomes like, the sausage becomes so tender, and it's just delicious. But so the longer I cook it, the better. But anyway, it'll be ready by 6:30, 6:45 to eat for dinner. It would actually be ready earlier than that, but we want the most major, the major flavor in here, the maximum flavor that you could get. So I can season it now. I just can't put any more liquid in it, like I said, until it starts evaporating. Okay. All right, so let's season it up now. We're gonna do salt. Okay, and like I always do, I season as I go. We're going to do pepper. Nice amount of pepper. You got to understand, this is a big pot. This is 7 cans of sauce. 7. So, that's a big thing. Here's some onion powder. So, it's a nice amount of onion powder. Woo! I know, people are going to say, Linda, that's so much seasoning. No, it isn't. It's a lot. It's a lot of sauce. I know what I'm doing, guys. And garlic. Okay, looks like a lot, but I'm telling you, for the amount, I'll add more as we cook as well. I'm going to do Italian seasoning. Oh, that's what I forgot to get, was Italian seasoning. I only bought a little one. I'm telling you, I don't understand how I can go to the store 40,000 times and forget things. I really don't. Alright, that's good. Italian seasoning. Yeah, because I don't know if I have any more of that, and I need that for the, frickin' ragout and meatballs. There's some homemade, there's some dried frickin' basil. God help me. And then I have this, like I said. This is gonna save me because this is very strong and it's amazing, guys. If you never get, it's not even expensive. I think it's $2.99, even at the most expensive store. It's amazing. They have Italian seasoning. They have parsley. They have cilantro. They have ginger. They have garlic and herb. They have all kinds. I love it. But you just got to be careful. You can't go crazy. You start with a little, and then you go from there. But like, this is a big pot of sauce, so I'll probably end up putting more in here because I don't have any fresh basil. I just have the fresh parsley, which I will put more fresh parsley in at the end. Not so much while it's cooking because it disappears, you know what I mean? But I like to have it all going all through my pasta, my gravy, because it seasons it. It flavors it very well. So I'm gonna wait till this comes up to like a little bit of a simmer. See, there's a tomato, guy. That's what I wanted. I wanted a couple pieces of tomato in there. Just really enjoy that. Here's the sausage. I'm telling you, you let this cook 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. You don't have to. You can let it cook 2 hours, and then you'll have a nice soft sausage. But I'm telling you, it's amazing. The longer you let it cook, low on medium-low simmer, the better your gravy is. And like I said, it's called gravy, not marinara, because it has meat in it. Yep. Meat. That's why it's called gravy. Yes. All right, so let's get going on the meatballs. The meatballs are the biggest. I love meatballs. Don't get me wrong, but they're a pain in the ass. But anyway, they're worth it. So I gotta get that situation together. I'll be right back. I'll pause a minute, come right back in a second, and we'll get going on the meatball mixture. Meatballs. I want a meatball. I want a meatball. Happy, happy, happy dance. I want a meatball. I'm crazy. But I'm fun, I think. He wants a meatball. He'll be in here like Flynn as soon as he smells it and one comes out, his senses go off. And the hand comes around the corner. I'll show you. I'll be right back, guys. All right, people. So I'm seasoning this now. I put fresh parsley in. I really wanted to do a little bit more. I might still put a little bit more in. I put some Parmesan cheese. We're going to do a little bit of salt. Okay. We're going to do pepper. And like I said, guys, this is a lot of meat. This is like over 3 pounds of meat. So it needs to be seasoned well. Okay, pepper. I think I'm going to put, I didn't chop those up. I want to chop those. Because I want to put some fresh garlic in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my chopper. All right, so what have got here? Onion powder. Okay. Garlic powder. Some basil. I'm putting more basil in because I only have a little bit of Italian seasoning. I can't believe I forgot again and again and again.
Dad's gonna be upset.
So a little bit of Italian seasoning.
I put a few of the pot holders in the wash.
Okay, thank you.
There were some downstairs.
Yeah. Okay, this is where I go with. We'll do some dried parsley as well. Dried parsley you really don't taste, really. It's more of a scene type of thing. But I like to have it in there. I'm gonna get 2 eggs, and then I'm gonna get water and put the water in there. Because I use water to moisten up my meatballs and my meatball mixture. I tell you guys that all the time. I'm sure if you're not new here, you know that. But if you're new, you won't know that. All right, people. I'm putting 2 eggs in. I put 1 in already. That's the second one. And then, what other seasonings did I put everything in here?
Blade's not sharp at all.
I put garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning, parsley, basil, salt and pepper.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce?
Fresh red pepper.
No.
That would be so good.
It would be good. I could put a little in.
No, don't do that.
No, I'm just saying. I've done that before. And what I did, guys, you guys didn't see
What if you
me.
make some? Oh no, these are going in the sauce. Then we can make them separate.
Just like the hot sausage. I love
I'll do
buying
that.
hot sausage.
Same. I'll do that in my vodka sauce this weekend.
Yeah. Alright, ooh guys, the sauce is looking good. Alright, let me wash my hands. I'll be back in a second. I'll wash my hands and then we'll get moving and shaking on the meatballs. Okay guys, so I gotta put breadcrumbs in. That's one thing I did forget. I put about a cup of water in, maybe a little bit more. Wash my hands. Let's get going. Make sure these sleeves are up. Everything is done. Alright, I might need a little bit more water. I'm probably going to. I always do. I gotta fry meatballs up first. I fry them, and then the last half hour, I put them in the gravy. Yeah, I got a nice amount of parsley in here. And yes, I smell my meat mixture. People have criticized me about that. Why do you smell your meat mixture? Sorry, people. It's what I do. Can't overmix it either. If you have a tough meatball, it's because you over mixed the meat mixture. If you have a tough meatloaf, it's because you over mixed the meat mixture. If you have a tough hamburger, it's because you over mixed the meat mixture. It's all the same, guys. Oh, you know what I forgot to put in it? Is this. Now I gotta open this. This is one of the basil. This is the game changer, the basil. It does really make a difference in here. Let me get a little bit more water. And I like to season it again as I go through because, you know, I smell it, and if it doesn't smell right, I like to make sure it smells like something. I smell basil. That basil that I just put in there, that's going to do wonders, guys. I put a lot of grated cheese in, so I don't think I'm going to do any more salt. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tester. I'm going to test the meatball. Let's see about the consistency. Is the consistency good now? See? That to me is good, but I need it a little bit moister. A little bit moister. It needs to be soft, really soft to the touch, and kind of mushy. I don't want to mix it that much again. So I think this is going to be sufficient. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the meatball. I'm going to make a little piece and test it in the oil before I make the meatballs up. Because I want to make sure that see, that's good. It's a little sticky. It could be a little bit stickier, honestly, it could be. Just give it a slight mix. That's it. Alright, I'm going to put the flame on. Okay, let that oil heat up so I can throw in a little piece of meat. Now, I fry them with It's on medium high. I don't want it on too high because we like our meatballs brown. We don't like them brown. All right, people. So what I do is I use, when I do my oil, I do half vegetable oil and then I do some olive oil. I'm going to let this heat up another minute before I throw this little piece in here. Because I don't like to use all vegetable oil and I don't like to use all my olive oil because olive oil is expensive and I'm not going to use a whole ton of olive oil to fry the meatballs. But I want to lessen the vegetable oil effect, so that's what I do. And the olive oil really flavors the meatballs delicious. All right, let's see. All right. We're going to see how it tastes. It's going to cook quick. I'm going to hire it just a little bit more. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to make some meatballs up just to do it while I'm sitting here. Now, we don't like our meatballs huge. We don't like them small. We like them medium. So if they're too big, like that one to me looks a little bit too big. This one looks a little bit too big. And I'm going to wipe my hands in a minute. I'll make a few and then wipe my hands and taste that meat. Doesn't have to be like fully cooked as long as it's browned. I'm not worried about getting sick over it. It'll be basically just about cooked. So I'll do 2 more and then I will check that meat. Alright, so this is what I do, guys. I show you guys all the time. I wipe my hands first with paper towel to get all that gook off. Because if I don't, I use much more soap to get it all off. And it just doesn't come off easy. So if I do that, I'll show you. I don't want to burn that either because then I won't be able to even eat it. Wait 1 second. Now let's put this over here and we'll taste it. It's good, people, but it needs more salt. Yeah, it needs more salt, so now I gotta mix it back up all together. It needs more salt and it needs more pepper. Now I gotta take this off the flame for now. And it definitely needs more of this stuff. Italian seasoning and more basil. I'm gonna put, woo! Okay, it's gonna be good now. It's gonna be really good with basil, with Italian seasoning and bagel. Bagel. Oh, basil. Okay, I'm just gonna season it all around because I feel like it definitely needs some stuff. So we're just gonna mix those meatballs right back in. Yeah, I know. And mix that basil in there. Smells good, guys. All right, let's get going on the meatballs now. All right. I'm going to put the flame back on because I shut it. I didn't want it to get burned. And like I said, I want the meatballs lightly browned, not burnt, not that hard burn on it. Sometimes you get that little hard thing if the oil is too hot. Believe me, it happens all the time. Still, I do it. It still happens, but I don't want it to happen. All right, so let's start putting the meatballs in. And I can hear it. I know when the oil's too hot. I know immediately. All right, I'm just gonna do a few more, and then I'm gonna get you guys over there so you guys can see. Because my hands are full of meatball, and I can't move the thing over unless I take a paper towel. Yeah, let's do this. There we go. We're gonna shut this. So, and I gotta get the the pot, not the pot, the plate. Put the meatballs on. Yesterday I was going to do this and I just didn't have the energy. And today I felt better. I felt motivated. It takes a lot of motivation too, you know. It's not just, you know, you can't be exhausted, of course. You can't be, you know, you have to have the energy to do this because it's a lot. It's a lot in one day to do, you know. See, this is how I want it. See how my hands are like, it's sticking? That's how I want the meatballs. I'm going to do this quick because I want to turn those ones over because I don't want that black stuff on it. And that's the whole thing. You got to get the pan to a temperature that you know is good. And I'm a little fearful that it's too high. You know, if you lower it too much, then you won't get a brown. You'll just get like a gray color. I don't want that. So I wanted a nice temperature so I can get a brown on it. All right, let me wipe my hands, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm not going to wash them. I'm just going to wipe them good because... Bill, can you get me a drink?
Hey, Linda.
Sorry to bother you, honey.
No, you're not. You're not sorry.
I'm just going to put the light on for a minute, guys, okay, so I can see what the story is here. Okay.
You're not sorry at all.
See, there we go, guys. You see that? You're not doing it. Oh, my God. Scared me. See that brown right there? Look, this is the brown that I want, see? Not burnt, hard, but brown. That's perfect. Any more and it would be too dark, but no, that's perfect. Next time you do that, warn me because you scared the crap out of me. You sound like the witch from,
Ricky?
no, from
From where,
Wizard of Oz. So I could put a couple more meatballs in here. Let me do that. Guys, I wanted to tell you about a new show we just finished watching.
Here you go, my pretty.
Thank you. We just finished watching Stranger Things. So good, guys. Watch it. It's amazing. You don't have to be 12 or 15 or 20. It's amazing. You'll love it as an adult. Really, really good. All right, so let me get the tray that I always use for this. Where is it? Where's my glass tray? What I use. All right, see the flame to me is a little bit too low, so I'm highering it because I don't want it to boil. I want it to brown. And if you lower the flame too much, then it doesn't brown. It just freaking like boils, you know, like steams, and I don't want that. I want a nice brown on the meatballs. So I higher the flame a little bit more. Even if I gotta lower it a little bit, that's fine. Because you want them to cook fairly fast because you're also gonna put them in the gravy. I'm also putting them in the sauce, in the gravy, you know. Sauce, gravy, whatever you call it. I call it gravy when it has meat in it, so. Yeah, so I feel like that's a better temperature. And as the meatballs cook, guys, you'll be able to fit more meatballs in the pan because they shrink up. See that? I love when that's that. When there's basil and parsley going through it. That's where all the flavor is. And that's what I love. That's what I like it. That's the way I like it. Can't reach my drink if it's 1,000 miles away from me. I love busting my husband's balls. Oh, chops, I mean. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. All right, let's check the sauce, guys. Look at it. Oh, Jesus. Just made a mess. It's good. It's not burning at the bottom. It's boiling nicely, not too hard. Yum. All right, again, these are going to cook in the sauce a little bit, in the gravy. That's a perfect meatball right there, guys. Can you see it? That's a perfect meatball. Oh, boy. You know what that means, right, guys? You know what that means. And then you salt them when they first come out because you want, when you first take something out of the oil or the oven, it's best to salt it right then because what happens is it's like a sponge, it goes, and it sucks up all the flavor. And that's the best time to do it. Is when you first take it out. So that's what I gotta do. Little salt. Let's get going before I have to take any more out and make some more. Just a little bit. Yeah, no, you gotta watch Stranger Things. It's really an amazing show. Amazing series, guys. Waiting for all our shows to come back. What's that other show we watch now? Or the spin-off of Blue Bloods? Oh, Boston Blue. FBI. We just watched so many things that we're waiting to come back. Virgin River, that's a series. Sullivan's Crossing, that's amazing too. We're waiting for that to come back. Of course, like usual, Heartland. You know, you gotta wait 40 years before everything comes back on Netflix and all that. Oh, guys, and if you watch Outlander, I'm so excited about Outlander. It comes back March. Yes. The last season, I'm so upset. But I can't wait for the last season. I'm missing me some Claire and, I'm missing me some Claire and, Jamie. Bring it on. Also, Tracker is amazing. What else do we watch? So many good shows. I'm gonna sneak a meatball. I'm gonna sneak a meatball. Do 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 do. Shh! Don't tell my husband. I'm gonna sneak one. Mm. Oh my God. Oh my God. So good. Oh my God. They're soft, they're juicy, they're moist. Bill, you gotta come taste the meatball, you're gonna die. You're literally gonna pass out.
Gonna force me to eat one?
Oh my God, they're so good. Mmm.
That's all.
He always thinks I need salt.
That's me.
Oh my God, they're so good. They're really perfect, I have to say.
Perfect like you.
They're moist, they're delicious, they're not too salty. You know, sometimes I can oversalt them, I gotta be careful. They have, I slipped on the basil, but I think it's a perfect amount of basil.
No, they're perfect.
Mmm.
Thank you.
Oh my God. Guys. I wish you could literally taste this. I really do. I wish you could taste this. And what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna start putting some of this in here. Just a little bit here and there so I can add to it. Just cook away, people, cook away. All right, let's get the brown one out, the brown ones. Leave them in for another minute. I think they need to get a little bit browner. I'll be back in a second. Alexa, pause. Sorry guys, there was some music. I just tasted the sauce, the gravy. It definitely needs some more seasonings, which I said it would. I'm gonna have to put some sugar in it because this, I have no patience for it. It's a little tart, and we don't like it tart. So sometimes the tomatoes in the can, you know, they're tart, it depends. All right, so we did salt. Definitely needed more salt, guys, definitely. These meatballs are almost done. More pepper. More grated cheese. And let me get the sugar. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in here, a drop. Just a drop, just to get the tartness out of there. All right, we're gonna let that simmer. Go ahead and start simmering again. Let's get some of these meatballs out of here, guys. My meatballs really, you know, it's funny because when you make meatloaf or meatballs, lasagna, baked ziti, it always comes out different. Because I know I don't use specific recipe for, you know, I don't put a half a cup of breadcrumbs, a half a cup of, you know, Italian seasoning, whatever. I just do it all by taste and by feel and all that, because that's how I grew up doing it, that's how I've done it, and that's how I do it. But it does come out different every single time. So this time right here is a perfect 10. A perfect 10. I'll take a 7 or 8, a 9. I always think that it's lower than it is, but this one here, this batch here is a perfect 10. I just did everything, all the seasonings kind of came together right, and you know, and that's why most of the time, sometimes I forget. Most of the time I do check the meat before I make the meatballs, so I want to know if it's flavorful, if you need some more flavor, but sometimes I do forget and then I don't have it. And then it is what it is. But this time I remembered, so I think that helped a lot. Because I tasted it and it definitely needed some more salt, and I forget what else I ordered. I added, I think I added everything, a little bit of everything to it. I'm going to let these cook just another minute and then take them off, and then they're done. And yeah, and it's, what time is it now? 5:15, something like that. By 6 o'clock we'll be able to eat meatballs and gravy with pasta. Like I said, I'm not making them on a good shells. I just was out today, so took up a nice amount of my time. So I'll get up tomorrow morning, make that, and make lasagna and get that all ready. I'm probably going to freeze the lasagna for the end of next week, because I'm leaving on Thursday and I'll be gone 8 days, so I want Billy to have it, you know what I mean, for that amount of time. I might freeze, like, maybe I'll freeze them in different portion sizes. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the lasagna. Maybe I should have got, oh, that's what I forgot today. I forgot the tinfoil pans.
I thought you got them yesterday.
No, remember, I got them and then I used them.
Oh.
Because I have the seal bags, but first of all, our thing isn't working right. Frankie tried to use it before, it's not working right. And second of all, I'm just trying to think the best thing to freeze it in. I guess I can keep it in a tinfoil tray and then just wrap it really good with plastic wrap and, you know, and tinfoil and all that. All right, I'm gonna shut this off, and these are done. So let's get these out of here. Got lots of meatballs, and that's what I wanted, guys. I wanted lots of meatballs because we want it for some meals, and we want it for Billy. He can have a meatball or sandwich during the week. Bless you. You know, some variety for him, not just throwing in a friggin' pizza. I don't want him living on pizzas. And I'm going to actually, Monday, I'm going to go out and get a package of chicken cutlets and make some fried chicken cutlets. Because he likes to have those, he likes to have fried chicken cutlets to munch on. I bought some turkey, but I don't know if it's going to last until next week. He can always run to Stop and Shop and get another pound of turkey if he needs to. And, you know, he might buy out a day or two. He's perfectly, he could do whatever he wants to do. But none of this food is going to go bad because it's all going to be taken care of the right way. So, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. Okay. All right. So, the meatballs are all done. And so basically dinner is done. I mean, this sauce, like I said, is going to cook like another, I'm going to let it simmer another hour until I have to shut it for the night and let it cool down to get it in the refrigerator downstairs. It's going to take a long time. So I'm going to let it cook another hour, and then tomorrow I'll put it on again on low, medium, low, to let it cook more, because I want it to cook a good 6 hours. I want it to be really, really, really delicious. Like I always do, but I want it to be extra delicious. Why, I don't know, but I do. Anyway, yeah. So this thing is really bothering me, guys. I don't know. I might go to the doctor. If it's not better by Monday, I might go because I don't know what it is. And it's like almost like a hive. I don't know how these things happen to me. I really don't. Anyway, I'll be back in a second. I'm feeling energetic, but I am feeling a little bit sluggish now, a little bit tired, but I'm doing good. Doing good, guys. I have motivation. Be right back. All right, guys. So the pasta's in. We're waiting for the pasta. I'm making rotatini. Is it? Yeah, rotatini for the adult kids. They wanted that, and me and Billy wanted capellini. So I'm making 2 different pastas, which is fine. So I'm just waiting another 3 minutes, and then I'm going to put the angel hair, the capellini in, and then by that time that's done, everything will be done at the same time, and then we'll eat. So like I said, I didn't make the amount of good shells tonight because I didn't have enough time. But tomorrow I'm going to make those because I'm craving those homemade. So good, and they're so easy to make. Wait till you see, guys. I'm going to show you how to make them. They're so easy and simple. They're a little time consuming, like anything good is, but so good. Yes. Oh, there was another thing that lady said about the asparagus. She also said that she couldn't believe that I didn't save that I threw out the stems or threw out the ends, and didn't make asparagus soup with them. First of all, nobody likes asparagus soup. I mean, maybe I would. I would try it. I never made it. But who is she to tell me what to make with my asparagus ends? Like, sorry guys, I know it's not even worth mentioning. I don't know. Sometimes I get a little crazy. But anyway, God's taking care of it. It's all fine. It's all good and well. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I just felt like it had to be addressed. All right, guys. I wish everybody good, and like I said, I don't hold a grudge against anybody. I didn't block her because it's really not worth it. If she gets more derogatory or something like that, it takes a lot for me to block somebody. It really does. Like I'm very tolerant. I'm a very tolerant person, which is a little bit not a good thing. I'm a little bit too tolerant, but so whatever. Anyway, no sense speaking about it anymore. Everything's almost done, and we're going to eat, happy, dance. Oh, did I show you my new apron? My hubby got it for me for Christmas. It says, "My kitchen, my rules." That's it. That's it in a nutshell, guys. My kitchen, my rules, people. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It needs to come up a little bit, though. I don't think it goes any further. I think that's as high as it goes. So I'm gonna have to, I usually use like a safety pin when they're too low, and I pick it up, and then what I'll do is I'll just clip it there, but not tonight. So anyway, okay, so that's the 6-minute one. So I'm gonna put the capellini in because, okay, Alexa, stop. Because this will be done in another 6 minutes, and that's how long it takes for the capellini to cook. So, yeah. How? It's only me and Bill eating that. We got meatballs and sausage. Let me check these, making sure. These are supposed to be done. it another couple of minutes. Wait, Frank, wait. All right, people, so here it is. Oh my God, it's delicious. It looks like a lot of pasta, but it really isn't. I got a piece of sausage, a meatball, and this is what's for dinner tonight. So excited, guys. And the gravy's just gonna get better and better as it cooks. Tomorrow, I'm gonna, as soon as, in about 15, 20 minutes, I'm gonna shut it off. So this way it can cool off for the rest of the night, and it has to be cool when it goes in the fridge. And then tomorrow I'll put it on low again, because I'm gonna be making lasagna and manigut. So yeah, so this is what's for dinner tonight, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribers button, because when you subscribe, it really does help my channel grow, and I so appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that notification button with the bell so you guys can be notified every time I upload a new video. Like and share and comment down below. Thanks so much for coming into my home and my kitchen with me and creating. I love all of you. I'll see you on the next video. God bless everybody. Love yous. Bye.